What's up, AfterBuzzers? Thank you so much for coming back. We appreciate you. This is Life After Lockup, episode 19, season 2, Trials and Tribulations. So we got Traci and Clint. They got a secret. Marcelino and Brittany. Sasha is back. Can Marcelina handle it? Meghan, Michael, and Sarah. The secret is out of the bag. We got all that and more. We'll be right back. We promise. Thank you for joining us.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey
guys!
Up, guys?
AfterBuzzers!
So good of you to come back. We appreciate you. Honest to goodness, we do. The trials and tribulations, right, ladies?
Trials.
I tell you. All right, so we're going to be talking about Traci and Clint, a little bit of Marcelino and Brittany, and lots of Meghan, Michael, and Sarah, all out of the bag. My name is Kittie Kaboom, but you knew this. And, of course, I couldn't do it without my lovely co-hosts. Please introduce yourselves, ladies.
I am Breanna Cheyenne, here for the trials and all the tribulations.
And I was all in her trance. I'm Alexis Brown, and I am the fourth member of the Michael, Sarah, and Meghan love triangle.
The square?
Yeah,
do you want to
the
be part of
square
that?
now? Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But I'm just the person that judges from the outside. I'm not really
you're not
a part
actually
of
in it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but I am in the square.
I didn't know if you were that side chick that her friend was talking about.
Over there. But who doesn't do anything, just watches from the side.
Okay.
Little
the
side
chick. Right, the safe side chick.
Yeah.
Okay, we can always appreciate that. So it was absolutely crazy, right? How did you guys enjoy the show? Give me your overall thoughts on the show. What are you thinking, Brie?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised by Clint's secret.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know, but it was a good show. It was really good. I like seeing Michael sweat. I like that.
Yes,
That's fun
as
for
did
me.
I.
Yeah.
Yes. Same thing. Good TV, always entertaining to watch. Shocked by Clint's secret because who would have thought he had it in him? And, you know, everything was just super fun to see. So,
Yeah.
It really was. I enjoyed it a great deal. I think that I can't front. I'm looking forward to next week. The tease for next week looks really good.
Yeah.
But this one was pretty spicy, and my heart kind of broke a little bit for Brittany. So we'll talk about that in a little while.
Yeah.
But yeah, first up, Traci and Clint.
Yes.
So the cat is out of the bag. I don't know that there was a huge cat though. Like the buildup was crazy. I kept expecting that secret to be something greater than what it was. What do you guys think?
You know, it's not super big. Like, he didn't do anything too bad, but I think it was surprising coming from Clint because, like I said, who had it in him? One, who was checking for Clint? No offense, Clint. And two, you would have thought that he only, you know, had eyes for his boo thing.
Right.
So
Yes.
to see that he was actually stepping out. I mean, it happened at the time when she was in jail, so maybe he just got lonely. But still, I would have never thought that he
You
would
were
do that.
surprised.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I didn't see Clint having something like that in him, but it's also so interesting to see like how innocent he is. Something like just communicating with someone he has so much guilt
Anxiety
for.
and guilt, right?
And it just shows like how little experience he has with women because like he's sweating bullets over, you know, talking or texting, whatever he's doing with this woman. You haven't really seen her.
I don't think they've met at all.
Yeah.
They've never been in the same room.
Yeah. So it's really interesting to see.
It is.
Yeah.
And we were sharing earlier, I was saying that it's kind of adorable and pathetic at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's like,
perfect.
oh, that's really so sweet that you love her so
It's like a
much.
middle school kid like
It
talking about
is.
like their
But you're a
girlfriend.
grown man, and
Yeah.
that's the part that's a little pathetic. Because it's like, get over yourself. Are you kidding me? I don't know what she's been up to, but she was locked up.
Right.
You never met this woman. What do you, like, I don't know, the parameters that people seem to put on each other, these prisoners, and what they expect of the people that are outside in the world living their lives every day, just seems a little unrealistic.
I mean, and she also like was addicted to crack and stole his car
Hello.
and escaped in the middle of the night and never heard from him. So I think he's a little bit at bay
Entitled,
to text
definitely.
somebody every now and again.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Sherry Blower says Clint is making his bed. Now we'll see if he has to lay in it. And that
But
is.
what bed?
But
Like-
well, I mean, the whole situation he's getting into with Traci.
Oh, yeah.
And she's gonna be mad.
She's
I
going
really
to
think
be
gonna be
mad.
mad. Of course
Definitely
she
going
is.
to be mad.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, Traci, where are you going? Like, let's be real. Like, Traci, girl, where are you going? Ain't nobody looking at Clint, and ain't no Nobody looking at Tracie.
And where is you going?
So
More
it's
importantly,
kind of like,
if we being
girl,
honest.
if we're being honest,
no, she has no friends, no
friends.
family.
And let's be real, after the stunt that Tracie pulled with the whole steal the car thing,
Right.
how mad can you be?
Yeah. I think she fronting. She lying to kick it. Like, she's upset, obviously. Her little feelings is... But that's what it's about. It's really just like, you bruised my feelings. I thought I had you locked up, tied down.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't... I don't think she thought that he was capable of it either.
Right.
So a part of her is just like, the outrage of it all. You know what I mean? Like, you would expect this of me. I'm a crackhead. But I expect this of you.
Not a crackhead, Lord.
I'm sorry. She struggles with crack addiction. I apologize.
Yeah, and I mean, it probably would strike a nerve for her because it doesn't seem like she really has anybody else. So
Right.
the thought that he was kind of like looking elsewhere could probably be pretty scary for her. Like the one person that I thought had my back and the only person I have, you know, he could be swimming in another pond. You never know.
Yeah, it probably scares her to death. I'm
Yeah.
sure. And I get that. You know what I mean? I would be apprehensive too. Like, I thought we had an understanding, but you've done some kind of questionable things too,
very
Trace. So you really can't point fingers at people that you're not willing to point the finger at yourself.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how she reacts and
Yes.
what they do in Vegas. Good Lord, because that could be a recipe for disaster in Vegas.
And then that's just another thing when you talk about Clint making his bed and then having to lay in it. I'm still so against this whole Vegas thing.
Yes.
And then I saw him say, you know, taking someone who's just off parole to Vegas is a bad
Probably
idea.
not the best thing to do.
but-
Oh, wow.
Right.
But
like,
don't you love her response?
Yeah.
She was
she's like, I don't see the big deal.
it'll be fine.
You know, it's like you acknowledge the fact that it's not a good thing, but you're gonna do it anyway.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
She's free, girl. For the first time in 10 years, she is free.
Yeah.
Like with 2 syllables, free. She don't know how to act.
Right.
In a place like Sin City. And then that's also concerning if she finds out about Clint while she's in Vegas, because not only is she going to be hurt, but now she's in a place where she can pretty much get drugs anywhere. She
yes.
can
Step
step
outside
Vegas.
the hotel.
Yeah.
He's
so
going to find her in a... Oh, I don't want to say that out
Don't
loud.
say it.
I
out.
know. Okay, my bad.
Maybe she'll be
Goodbye.
understanding.
Maybe she will. I don't know. Alexis, you have something you want to share with us, darling?
Yes, I do. So before we go on, we just want to give a huge thank you for watching us every week and making us the ESPN of TV talk. We love what we do, and we couldn't do it without you because we don't want to talk to ourselves.
No.
We want to talk to you. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching right now during our live stream, make sure you comment because we are looking and we love watching along with you. If you're listening on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. And no matter what, no matter the show, no matter the day, no matter the time, please continue to watch AfterBuzz because we can't do it without you.
We appreciate you.
Sure can.
We appreciate you. So moving right along, Marcelino and Brittany. Now this one was interesting. I didn't see this coming because he always seems like he's out for blood. He's so controlling. He's always trying to tell her what to do. I freaking love that she's always so mature. Even when she had a few to drink the other night, she was like, check this out. You go get the car. I'm not dealing with this madness. But she didn't flip out. I like Brittany.
Yeah.
I like Brittany a lot. She's like a solid chick. But yeah, it was interesting to see that dynamic and him say, sorry, didn't see that coming, for him to apologize. And he really kind of sucked it up for the love of Brittany, which is dope to see. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's something I acknowledged last week. I've always felt like Marcelino has a soft spot and Brittany knows how to pull it out of him. And let's be real, even though she cleaned up her act, Brittany is a finesser. She was in prison for a reason. So she knows how to work men in her favor, and she used it in a positive way with her husband. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I'm not really too surprised that Marcelino was apologetic. It was nice to see though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, he just wanted to be supportive of his wife, and that's really what she needed in a situation like that where you're losing your best friend.
Yeah. But I mean, nothing could be more of a red flag for the opposition than showing up to court to support. Yes, she's your best friend and all, but she's also a convict.
Yeah.
I mean, literally right now convict. Unfortunately, she got taken back. That was really sad to watch. That was unfortunate.
It was heartbreaking.
I
It
really
really
did
was.
cry, guys.
Did you?
I did.
Oh my God.
I'm a crier. I don't like seeing other people cry, and it really made me sad because we've gotten to kind of get to know her over this show, and she just seems like such a sweetheart. She's been there for
know.
Brittany, and really seems from her situation, at least how they explained it on the show, that she just was kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's what it appears.
Yeah.
And so, to get all of that, and then just to see it from Brittany's standpoint, she's losing her best friend. She can't even go visit her. Because
I know.
Because of her own restrictions, right?
Yeah.
so
That's so unfortunate.
It was really, really sad. It made me think about if I ever had to lose my best friend.
Yeah.
It brought up a really good point also when Brittany acknowledged the fact that sometimes you can have all of, your story about how you've done so good in the world so far before going back to court, and then the judge might just wake up on the wrong side of the bed or just already have a preconceived notion of how he's already going to rule.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, I kind of got that vibe from this judge.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah, I
They
don't
said
feel
the
like
same thing.
Yeah, I don't feel like he really sat and listened to Sasha.
Yeah.
Because she's done the community service.
Right.
She's taking
She's
care of
been
herself. She looks
good.
nice and clean. And I don't know. It's very unfortunate because that is a problem that we do face in our justice system often,
Very
especially with
often.
minorities.
Of course.
So it's unfortunate to see that play out for
I
Sasha.
completely agree. I could hear it in his voice. It was like, you're kind of telling me this because you think that the outcome is going to be that.
Yeah.
And
he was condescending.
He was
Yeah.
a little condescending, and he almost said, it sounded like he was going like, you're saying all the right stuff in order to butter me up, and I'm not having it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's accurate. I don't think that's fair. Just like you said, he didn't really give himself time to sit and think about what the ramifications of a 10-year sentence for this young lady would be
Yeah.
when it appears that she really was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, obviously, I don't know all the details of the
full
case,
story,
but
yeah.
it appears that she had very little to do with this, and it was a bad choice.
Yeah.
But not one that she should have to be in jail for like 10 years.
That's a long time.
So long. People get less than that for killing people.
I know.
That's what the other crazy part is.
I was hoping she would get time served and then parole. Or at
Yes.
least 5 years and
Yeah.
5 years on parole.
Well, they said she'll
But-
be eligible for parole in 2025.
Yeah. And
That's
she'll
a
be
long
like
time
32,
from
I
That's
think.
but
still
yeah.
like 6 years away. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you. It's a lot to
Yeah.
take in. So that was sad to watch. But I was glad to see that Marcelino stepped up. Because that's
Definitely.
hasn't been his kind of MO up until now. So it's interesting to see him too, because obviously we didn't know him when she was locked up. But to see the kind of man that he is, it's hard for me to imagine him being like humble and driving back and forth to see, because he wants, he's definitely an alpha male.
Definitely.
Right? So to be like, whatever you say, baby, I'm coming to see you this week. And I wrote you a letter, baby. And,
Right.
He doesn't seem that type. So I would have loved to
Yeah.
see his behavior when she was in there.
Leading up to it.
Yeah.
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 I think it's gone.
Regina Wise says, I would not be able to be married to someone like Marcelino. It'll get to me at some point.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I can see that.
A man like Marcelino isn't for everybody.
Yeah, no question.
But honestly, I think she needed it. Like, he's harsh. He does the most. But I think she needed that kind of structure. And I think it's honestly really helped her, especially to kind of have a guy like that to help take care of her kids.
Right.
I think he's been kind of what she needed. She has to deal with him being the most sometimes. But I think he's good for her, honestly.
I think so
He
too.
genuinely loves her. That much is
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He adores his kids. And those are kind of like with any relationship. You have to give and take, right? So then you have to decide what's the most important traits that I need in my mate.
Right. And
right.
what
And
will
those
you-
kinds of things are stand up not aspirations, what are attributes.
Yeah.
Attributes or qualities, exactly. The fact that you are a consistently good dad and have been while I wasn't even here to be a good mom.
Right.
You want to be a dad to my kid that ain't even your kid. That says a lot about his who he is as a human being.
Yeah,
So,
I love them together too.
Yeah, they're pretty dope.
More stuff from Regina Wise. Sorry
Yes.
to cut you off, but
You're
it's
fine.
interesting because she kind of is differing from us in the situation. She
Okay.
says, I don't agree, actually. If 2 guys of your family die, you want someone to take responsibility for it. And as the judge said, this wouldn't happen without you, so I guess she helped somehow.
I do agree.
Yeah.
Of course you
Yeah.
want justice on all parts. I think it's easy for us to have some type of sympathy because we see it more from Sasha's
Yeah.
point of view.
Of course.
Versus if we saw it from the family's point of view, we
You're
would be like,
absolutely
oh yeah, look that girl up.
Right,
You know, so
exactly.
it's easy to look at it like that. So I do see what you're
From
saying.
both sides.
Regina.
Yeah, and we don't mean to
Definitely.
be insensitive or think that there isn't another side to the story. I think when we give our perspectives on stuff, we're only coming from the perspective that we're because we're not privy to what's going on out behind closed
we would
doors,
have
but-
to like know the details of that situation,
right,
too,
to even
before we
have
could-
like an accurate assessment or opinion. But you make a very, very good point. I can't imagine, you know what I mean? Oh, my uncle gets killed and nobody's going to take responsibility. I don't think so.
And we also don't know what happened to the people who actually committed the murder. Like,
Right.
she could be getting 10 or like, oh my gosh, 10 years, but they could have gotten like 50 or something crazy.
Yeah.
And you know, it right now it seems like a lot, but it could be actually be something sort of small.
Yeah, definitely.
You can definitely see it from both sides. It's a thin line. Between both.
I agree. Moving on, Meghan, Mike, and Sarah. They have got to be at the top of my list of one of my favorites. They're just so messy. They really are. And they're such personalities. Like even Meghan, that's the soft-spoken one, she has quite the personality.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
not
yeah.
soft anymore.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
She's definitely
she lost
paid
that
her
V
dues.
card and she lost that little
That attitude
softness.
came right with it.
It was waiting like, whoop.
Right, like, thank
I'm
you
here.
for busting that open.
What's up, hello?
Now I can show you what it's
Knock,
really
knock,
all
I'm here. Like, that's exactly how she is now.
She is, but she did bust it wide open for Michael.
She did, and the attitude came right with it.
Oh, man.
It
So
did.
what are you guys thinking about the latest? Like he has the gall, the unmitigated gall to be like, nah, that's some hoe shit. And I don't appreciate it. I mean, I kind of get it because it's his mans and them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that does take a different kind of angle with it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, bruh. And you cannot be talking mess.
Yeah, I think that's just beautiful karma. I mean,
Amen.
and it's amazing karma for him because it's so little. Like, okay, yeah, she did lie at first, and she was just like, oh, well, you know, nothing happened.
Right,
and then all of
right.
a sudden it's the kiss. You had a whole wife.
Yeah.
Now you have a whole baby.
Two
Calm
whole
it down.
babies.
Like, calm it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
enough.
lied through everything. And, you know, last week I was more so, oh, Meghan shouldn't have done that. And I do agree. It wasn't right. But like you said, you have the audacity
Okay.
to really put this on me after all you've done. And, like, I get it was your homeboy, but, I mean, what sweeter revenge than,
Right, exactly.
by not
The
only just
homeboy.
hurting him, but his best friend.
Okay.
I get it now, Meghan. I'm not condoning it,
Right.
but I get it.
But I get it.
it.
And the way they rolled that tape back looked
Yeah.
like she's not the one that necessarily instigated any of that.
Right.
She is literally crying on this man's shoulder, finding solace in the best friend of her, the love of her life. Like she said, you broke me.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot to take. This girl was a virgin.
Yeah.
As in I've been waiting for the right one and I chose you.
Yeah.
And this what you do?
You were
Right.
married the whole
time.
Baby.
But the thing is, this adds on to my thing. I don't let anyone get too close to my man. And it's not because I don't trust him or anything like that. It's just the fact that you don't know what anybody is capable of.
Exactly.
Because Mike and, what's his name?
Rock.
Go way back.
like kindergarten, right? Like
Yeah.
And the-
sandbox back.
Right. And Mike was only locked up for, what, a couple months? And
Wait,
the first thing
only
you
a couple of months?
Well, when
The
he went
second
back,
time.
when she did what she did with Rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the first thing you do is I'm asking you to hold me down, take care of my family, take care of my girl.
You were doing something for me.
for me.
And then you ended
and
up
then
doing
you
that.
go and kiss my girl. Okay.
And then he lied.
And then you lie about it.
Right. That was
Yeah.
sucky.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, that was pretty much like the cherry on top, the lie. Because she lied initially, but then clearly he caught her, you know, the more he interrogated, she was like, all right, fine.
Right.
Yeah,
So for him to ask his man and them, I
he'd
just
be like,
expected him to
nah.
be a stand-up guy about it.
why?
But I was about to say, what am I talking about? This is the same guy that was just like, you so pretty.
Right.
I don't know what the heck is going on with my
you
man.
were supposed to be giving me money
Yeah.
and you came over, you got a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Stand up where?
Exactly.
Good point.
Like, I'm sure that's not what he sent you there to do.
Right.
You didn't do that.
That
so.
was pretty messy.
Yeah.
So do you think he's going to stick to it? Is he done with her now?
Probably not.
No.
He's just mad.
I'm tripping off of you allowing your immature self that all of that emotion that you're feeling. Because guess what? He wouldn't be jumping in cars and going to see her induced birth
He wasn't upset
if
about
he wasn't
Meghan.
upset about Meghan. That's what that really boils down to. I would put money on him being in a hotel room with Meghan.
Yeah.
At the time of the inducing.
And literally, he had the nerve to say, he was like, all the stuff that happened with Meghan has just shown me that now my kids come first. And it's like, what? That's what it took. For you to think that your kids come first. And then, like, how is it really you putting your kids first by breaking rules to be there for their birth? But by the time you get back, you're going to have to go back to jail. And now you're not there.
Exactly.
Your
All
mama
over
just
again.
begged you. Your sister just begged you.
Yeah.
Like you literally are throwing caution to the wind Why again? So you can say you was in the room?
Yeah.
Dude.
So, well, his mama did say, don't let me see you drive off in that car.
And that's the last
he
thing
respectfully waited for her to go back in the house.
Was that respect?
And drove up in that car.
She
so
didn't see
it. She didn't see.
Yeah.
So you got what you wanted, Ma.
I guess. She was, but she also said if you leave, don't come back.
Yeah, but we know that she's not about that.
I would be about that
Because
life.
Mike seems like he's been going through this type of system for a long time.
And she's over and she's done.
Do you really think this is gonna be the last straw for her?
But I wish it was.
I mean,
because somebody needs to stop coddling this grown man.
Yeah.
It's disgusting to watch. Honestly, the mother of a child of a black man in America, that's not how we treat. Who's preparing you for life if every time you fall, I'm literally there to scoop you up and chastise you for all of 2 minutes and then give you whatever you want?
And then let you put the blame on me because doing a little throwback when he didn't make, his meeting with his PO officer, they really put all the blame on Meghan.
Right.
They did.
They're still continuing to do that.
Good Charlie 2003 asked an interesting question. He said, "Do you think Brock held down Sarah too?" You are messy.
You know what I thought though
You're
when everything came out about Meghan, I was like, Sarah wouldn't have done that. But you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
But
he's hurt Sarah more than he has Meghan. Longer time, more intense.
But you know what? I don't think Sarah did it because guys, when they meet the girl that like holds them down, like old, reliable, they know that they don't need to worry about that stuff.
Yeah,
with her. So I'm sure if that proposition did come up, Sarah would be quick to like shut it down. And Sarah's more hood than Meghan sometimes too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Surprisingly.
I feel like I'm not surprised at all. I think, and I'm not trying to make this about race. I was just about to say she gives me the impression that she grew up in an environment that was predominantly black. Whereas Meghan seems like she might have grown up in a more predominantly white neighborhood. So it's like you're acclimated to what you're acclimated to. This is what you know. This is what you relate to. I mean, obviously she's attracted to black men.
Yeah.
So it kind of seems like her, she be getting the neck in and all that. Yeah, she got a little hood in her.
But if Sarah find out, I can hear it already. See, I was holding you down.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she making out with your friend. I can hear it. She better not find out.
She bet not. You're
I'm
right.
so ready.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the biggest I told you so ever.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, yes. And she'll have every right to say it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Scott and Lizzie. What is the situation with Scott and Lizzie, you guys?
Child, Lizzie done brought Scott on some date. They're asking
went
about
to the beach.
What's the drive beach?
She had me fooled for a second. I was like, maybe she does kind of like him. And then I had to be like, wait.
It's Lizzie.
Right.
You know her.
Let's be clear.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's funny. I thought that her just showing up and talking about let's go to the beach, she knew he was going to say yes. And she knew she was going to interrogate him. But I do appreciate the fact that he responded the way he did. Normally, he's such a wet blanket. He just lets her say whatever. And he's like, I'm sorry. So I love the fact that he was like, enough.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. That is my friend. I didn't even think to mention it to you because it's not like that.
Yeah.
I know in all the years they've been talking, he has to have made mention of this young lady, and I'm sure
She knows
Yeah.
who
she knows who she is.
Yeah.
So for her to get all brand new, she kills me trying to throw her weight around. Like,
Well, it's because Scott allows it. You're
Yeah.
gonna do what you're gonna keep on pushing the limits until someone actually says, "Okay, stop."
Exactly.
And Scott doesn't know how to tell her no.
And that's why I feel like she's there.
Yeah.
I think she just kind of just likes playing with him.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all
like
it
a
is.
toy. She gets
Exactly.
bored.
She's
Let me go mess with Scott.
Right.
Yeah, see
She's
what I can
very
get him to do.
manipulative.
Exactly.
She couldn't get what from other men what she's gotten from Scott, so she's bored to death. And she's talking to her daughter, and all her daughter keeps saying, "I'm telling you right now, I'm done with you." So that's even more incentive, which is so sad because she's the
a
adult,
child.
Yeah.
right? She's supposed to be the adult. So you're supposed to look at your daughter that means the world to you and say, you know what matters most in life is what I'm trying to rebuild here.
Right.
But instead, she literally jumped in a car and said, "I know I told my daughter I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it."
Oh my gosh.
come
Why
on.
do you sound just like her?
Because
I was
You
about
sound
to
just
say,
like her.
why do you sound?
You really
Because
sounded like
that's
her.
what she does.
Yeah.
And she gets really vehemently opposed to something. And then she just jumps into it. She's so messy and
Yeah.
corny.
Yeah.
You don't even have a leg to stand on. All these people, all this hypocrisy
Yeah.
kills me.
Yeah.
Like, how do you grandstand when you literally just came out of a situation, if not similar, completely the same way?
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes ago. How quickly you forget.
I don't know. Liz needs to be humbled, and I don't know what's gonna take for her to get humbled.
Yeah, because if her daughter can't convince her to
Or
like
if
calm
jail
it down.
couldn't do it.
I know.
What can do it?
I don't know.
I agree.
What I don't understand is how does Scott still have money? Like, how is he
That's a great
living in
question.
California now? He got enough to cover stuff for him and his friend.
Right.
I mean, maybe his friend is really his roommate and is helping out with bills, and he
I
don't
should
want to
hope
say
so.
that. But, he done got his hair dyed. He has the teeth.
His teeth are new too.
Yeah, his teeth look better. I mean, maybe it's from the show. I don't know.
I'm
but
thinking
it's
that
like, how
that
does-
weed paycheck. It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. I'm just like, Scott,
Does he
how
not
are
work?
you still able to do all this? I have no
He gotta
clue.
work.
He had to have done something.
He's
he
a
was
truck driver. Remember, you guys? He's a CDL. He's like a long
I
distance
need
truck
to be
driver
a truck
guy.
driver. I got $100,000 to give to somebody in jail to just throw out. I'm about to start driving trucks too.
Yeah, because he was really sponsoring her when she was in jail.
yes.
Oh yeah.
And I was, you know what I didn't understand for a long time, why the daughter was so opposed when it seems like he's the nice guy and his mother or her mother is like the
The leech.
yeah, exactly.
basically.
But I neglected to remember that she was on drugs.
Yeah.
And he was
so he
giving her
provided
money.
that
Yeah.
money for
Yeah,
that.
and
And he knew it.
Yeah, and it's so funny because in a way, when that issue was approached, Scott said, "Well, if she didn't get it from me, she was going to get it from somebody else."
That kind of
And I'm
reasoning
like-
is never rational. Like, it's so ridiculous. Okay, that's fine. Let her get it from some. Don't you be the one. Isn't there any guilt? Like, you can sleep at night knowing that you had something to do with that. And guess what? Tomorrow you wake up and get a call that she's no longer on this earth. Then what? Yeah, if she would have gotten it from Johnny Jabubu, then that's one thing. You would feel horrible about it, but you knew that you wouldn't have contributed to that death. As opposed to, I only put 5 on it. You put anything on it, bruh, and now she gone. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a lot,
Yep.
personally.
But they're a lot.
yeah,
They are. It's
Exactly.
it's a lot of drama with them, and sometimes I'm just like, Scott. Sometimes it's entertaining, and then other times I'm just like, you are really pathetic.
Isn't
Because
he?
he takes her jealousy and her rage, and he's like, well, I guess she does love me. No, she doesn't. She's bored, and you're the easiest entertainment for her because she can't
And
go
she's
to
your
jail.
target, right.
She can't afford to go back to jail,
Right.
and you're the cleanest way of fun for her.
There you
That's
go.
all it is.
That's what it is.
Like
Sorry.
Remember the lady he had the date with, the black woman? She was
Yeah.
like, you need therapy.
That right on the head. Scott, all the money you're using for the hair dye, use it on a therapist.
Thank you.
And you will come out so much happier. Trust and believe. I speak from experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's important to be able to talk to somebody about your stuff.
Good Charlie reminded us that she has such a strong hold on Scott, and she didn't even have sex with him yet.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
that's why I was shocked when he came out and his like
Yes.
penis was out. I was like, oh wait, I didn't
First
know
of
they
all,
were
ill.
at that level. Yeah. First off, ill. But I was like, well, did we miss something? Did they end up doing it?
Maybe
Or
they, well, they flirt.
Oh
They're
yeah,
grown people,
he
so.
was probably sending her pictures while she was in jail. Yeah,
But
he should probably
you're right.
seen
They
it.
have
Yeah.
not consummated their love.
At
That's
all.
some power.
That's some. I was about to say,
okay?
hell,
Some power.
back in my day, they'd get a little coin out you, but it would take a little bit more than, hey, can I get
Right.
a little coin out you? Like,
Yeah,
Dang, she is a pro though.
yeah. Teach a class.
right, Miss Lizzie, let us know.
Hot girl summer. That's the hot girl.
No, that's the real
That's the
hot.
real
That's the
hot
real
girl.
gossip,
Yeah.
right?
Lizzie needs to write a book.
Yeah.
I would buy it.
No
Someone put that.
question.
She said, "Good Charlie said Lizzie should teach scammer courses."
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
I'd be embarrassed to say I signed up, but I might sneak around the web back.
Yeah,
exactly.
just a web class. I went back to school.
That's so funny.
Brianna, tell us about the special segment, baby.
Yes. Okay. So
Time
we
for the
had
special
so
segment,
much
y'all.
fun doing our last special segment.
Yes.
Who did it? So I brought it back.
Awesome.
So
Uh-oh.
We got props.
We got props, y'all.
I just need my notes.
I thought you had to pull out a board.
Right, like a picture.
Maybe next time I'll be a little more elaborate.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 3 new ladies, so you can
Okay.
see them right here on the monitor up there. And so,
Oh, it's always good with the ladies because you never know.
yeah, exactly. So we're gonna start off with the first lady, Caroline Warmus. And Caroline shot her former lover's wife. And so she is actually known as the Fatal Attraction Killer, who, like, basically her crime was the inspiration from that movie with Glenn Close and Michael Douglas.
Okay, so she's mentally unstable.
I mean, if you want to say that.
That's what Glenn Close was a little touched in that
So
movie.
that's our first young lady.
Okay.
The next one is Judith Clark. And she was a Brinks truck getaway driver. So there was a robbery with a Brinks truck, and she was the getaway driver. And it ended up killing a Brinks guard, a sergeant, and an officer.
Woo, baby.
And then our next lady is Diana Nadell.
Okay.
And she hired a woman $10,000 to kill her mother-in-law so she could inherit a $4 million estate.
Wow.
Then, while she was facing all these charges, before she even got convicted,
Right.
she was trying to hire someone to kill 2 witnesses
No.
who were against her. So she's just
gosh.
thugged out.
She's
Fuck
bad.
out. She is bad to the
gal.
bone.
So you guys tell me who
This one's hard.
did it.
She is about that life. Okay. I think you set it up exactly the way it goes. 1, 2, and 3. That's what I'm guessing. The middle one is definitely the Brinks lady. The left one is the Fatal Attraction. And the third one is the I'll kill you all.
I don't know. This one's harder than last time. I don't know why I'm having such trouble. I'm thinking the one on the left is number 2 because she looks like a Judith.
The older woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking the first person who killed her, who was her fiance's wife? or something.
Yeah.
I think that's the person in the middle. I think Judith is on the left, and I think the third person is on the right.
So you think the right is the one
That's
that
3.
killed her mother-in-law?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm probably so wrong.
I think that too. That's my 3.
you're both wrong. We're going to start right there.
Oh, gosh.
Both wrong.
I probably completely just got all these wrong.
Right.
It wasn't too bad, actually.
Okay.
So Fatal Attraction Killer is the young lady on the right.
Okay.
In the black and white picture.
Okay.
Judith Brinks Army is the older lady on the
Okay, so
left.
I was right about that one.
Yeah.
Really? The
Yes.
Judith Brinks lady?
She looks like a Judith.
Yes, she does look like a
She kinda
Judith.
does look like a
Facts.
Judith.
And then the woman who killed her mother-in-law is the woman in the middle.
Wait, I thought the mother-in-law was the right.
No.
No.
Okay, what is the right?
The right is Fatal Attraction.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, so she killed her lover's
fiance or
wife.
wife.
Yes. So that's who did it.
Ooh,
Thing. Okay.
that's
Yes.
very interesting.
You
That's what I get for stereotyping. I thought Brinks would be like, oh, she drives a truck. That's terrible.
She said she drives.
Right, she drives a truck.
But then we were like, she looks like a Judith. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So
We're just
bad.
gonna go with that. That was awesome. Thank you. I love that
I love
special
that.
segment.
It's so fun.
Now it's time for the little news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, guys. So we
There
talked
he is.
a lot of stuff about Scott and what he does with his money and his time. We thought that, he was just an innocent guy who, looks for women from jail on the internet. But it came out a couple days ago that he actually has his own criminal history of his own.
What?
Yes,
That's
I
why
was
he can
shocked.
relate.
Apparently, in 2001, he was arrested for meth. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I'm deceased.
I am
serious?
done.
And just a couple months ago, in May, he was arrested for failure to stop at a stop sign, missing a rearview mirror, and failure to provide insurance information. He was supposed to pay $1,400 in his fines, but he has not paid it yet, which is why it's coming back up in the news, because he recently asked if there was any way they can make it lower or if there's any way he can set it up to where he can pay it over time. And they're like, nah. And I'm like,
$1,400 he got to pay over. No shade. I ain't got 14 in my back pocket either. But I'm just saying the impression that he gives.
is that he has money. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
what's so crazy about it is you done gave all your money to this
To this
woman.
day,
and now you
Priorities.
can't pay $1,400 for your fines.
Priorities. And now you about to be
Locked
love after
up.
love.
Yeah, so let's see if, Shorty gonna be holding it down for you.
That would be, oh my gosh, that
It
would be
would never
bittersweet.
happen.
First
It'll
of all, you
never
will
happen.
never find Lizzie back on the corner for Scott.
Nope.
That's not
Or
going
pulling
down.
extra hours in the factory for
That
Scott.
is crazy.
Yeah, she'll
That's
move on
crazy.
to
I'm
the
kind of
next chick.
surprised,
Yeah.
a little surprised. Like, I kind of saw drug use in his face. It kind of looked like he had led that kind of life.
And then meth makes sense that he didn't really have teeth. It messes with your teeth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it all made sense physically, but you don't want to make that assumption.
Yeah, because sometimes
of
you're
people.
just like, oh, well, maybe he had a hard life.
Exactly. Who knows what he was exposed to prior to.
That's crazy.
That is, but it all makes sense now.
Yep, and that's our news and gossip.
That was great.
That was awesome.
Juicy.
So next week, because the spoilers are, well, I guess it's not a spoiler, it's a tease for next week. I was loving that. What do you guys think? Tell me what your predictions are. What? Everybody's like, I love that.
Look at producer of the year.
Showing out there.
Cute. Okay.
I was so distracted by the lights, I wasn't thinking.
Right?
It don't take much for us, y'all.
Okay, so I think despite of everything that Michael's done to Meghan and what Meghan's done to Michael in return, they're going to work it out next time. They're going to make up, and of course, nobody's going to be happy about it, and we're going to see the aftermath of all that. And then I also think that Tracie is going to get very, very upset at Clint, and I don't know what's going to happen with that, though. We'll have to see.
That's going to be interesting.
I can see Rock making an appearance on the show because they gave him that camera time. I feel like that was his mini intro in.
Right.
Interesting.
I agree.
So I can see Mike confronting Rock about it. And I can also, I want to see where this situation with Marcelino and
The baby
Brittany's
father?
baby
Oh,
daddy
yeah.
goes.
Ooh, that should be
That's gonna
interesting.
be a lot.
Things are going to get physical eventually, and
Yeah.
it's just really unfortunate to see that. But I want to see it.
It's gonna be fun to watch. But it's gonna be good TV.
I'll be tuned in. So yeah, those are my predictions.
There you go. I am going to predict that Andrea and Lamar will make for a much more interesting arc of a story next
I hope
week.
so.
Yeah, because they didn't really have
Because
anything to talk about.
The one thing that, if nothing else, Miss Thing never ever wavers about Utah. Period. Point blank.
Yeah.
She's allowed this man to manipulate her and change her mind about a lot of things. But I think her growth is kind of apparent. She's getting there. She's growing. She's becoming a better her. And I think for her children, she's not packing them up in cars and just driving across the country anymore, like not making those kinds of rash decisions. So I predict that there's going to be trouble in paradise because I don't see homeboy leaving LA to go to Utah.
Somewhere he's been
Yeah.
his entire life.
His entire life. That's
Yeah.
all he knows. His friends and family are here. He barely gets to see them as it is.
Yeah.
There's no way that he's going to middle America to just kind of hang out and see what that
And
brings
just
him.
settle.
Yeah.
That's what it would be for him. Because
Yeah.
he's definitely not interested in becoming a Mormon.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to work out. And she said her husband. So they married already?
Oh, yeah, they got married.
So he's not a Mormon. And I know she knows that. I wonder how that
he's
worked
not.
out. Because that was part of her, like, I'm putting my foot down, right?
Right. But then that's what made their transition to LA better because it's not like he had to practice Mormonism because they weren't in Utah.
Exactly.
But it kind of makes me a little nervous because the devil has time for idle hands. And
She wants him to become Mormon.
Yeah,
so
she
that's
does.
probably going to be
Once
something.
she
yeah.
like implores him.
Yeah. But I'm just worried that Lamar being in a place where he doesn't know anybody. Granted, I don't know what is out in Utah, but it's just like you
Not what
find
he's used to.
you can
You find
find
stuff to
trouble.
get into.
You can find some type
Yeah.
of trouble, so that kind of worries me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm concerned about it. But I definitely see that he's not going down without a fight. There's
No.
no way that he's leaving LA
I don't
just
even
like,
think
okay.
he'll make it there.
I don't think he will either.
Yeah.
That's disappointing to me for the kids' sake more than
Yeah.
anything. I mean, obviously, I feel for her. That's her mans and them and all that. But the children being attached, that's the worst.
I like them. They're such the odd couple.
Yeah.
But when they're having good moments, I genuinely enjoy watching them. Like even just them having their flirty moment today, I was like, oh,
That was cute, right?
That's cute. They did like a "Where Are They Now" special before this season came out, and they were just—you could tell they genuinely like have a bond and they joke with each other, and it's nice. So I hope they work it out just because I love them together.
Yeah.
Like I think they're really cute.
I concur. Any last weigh-ins from the crowd?
Regina Wise says Andrea has money, it looks like. Their house looks rich. So maybe that financial stability that Andrea has will make a
Where'd she get money
easier
from? Remember we talked
lifestyle.
about that?
Yeah.
I don't know about the house
know.
looking rich necessarily, but I guess rich is subjective.
Well, it's like also when you're in LA, everything can look.
That's what I was about to say. We're
wealthy.
here, so rich is
Yeah.
I mean,
all
they
relative.
got their own house in LA, depending on where they
Talk
live.
about it. It wouldn't even matter. Like
Yeah.
a house in Inglewood is gonna cost you. So
Yeah, so
you know what I
you
mean. You
don't
can be
know.
in the hood, and it's still gonna be up there. So you're absolutely right. The fact that she did cop a house, and it's cute. It's a cute house, no
Yeah, he
question.
driving a Mercedes. They gotta have something.
They doing something. Maybe we TV giving them checks.
Maybe they'll
Yeah,
have a
hey.
spinoff if he does move to Utah.
Oh, that would be
That
so
would be
good.
cool. That's another check.
Definitely.
They
All
need it.
right, that is our time. We sincerely appreciate you. Honestly, my name is Kittie Kaboom, as I shared. Please find me on social media at KITTIEKABOO. I can't spell. Kaboom. KB. You got me.
Y'all know.
You get it.
I am Breanna
Sad.
Cheyenne. You can catch me on Instagram at IamB_. Watch this. CHIANNE.
I am Alexis. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Lexi Fierce, and that is IamLEXIFIERCE. Yeah, I think that's
I'm here for it. I dropped the ball. I can't spell my own name. You'll figure it out. Then you'll find me. Thanks so
Bye,
much, guys. We'll see you
everybody.
next
Bye.
week.
See you next week.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.